Hello, everybody. This is my first live. This is really exciting. Nobody's here, but I don't care. I think this is getting recorded, so you're gonna be able to watch it. I'm gonna go over the darn chart right now. So happy full moon in Scorpio, everybody. Happy full moon in Scorpio. This is a crazy time. I don't know if you're feeling it. I mean, we're in the spring energies, right? We're now moved into Taurus. The sun is in Taurus, right? We're out of Aries. So we're into the second month of spring, right? The Aries is that like intense moving energy, right? Where we're like making things happen. We're breaking out of winter. We're starting fresh, right? That was like Aries. I was like crazy during Aries season. I was like super horny and I felt crazy. And I feel like I'm getting a little bit calmer now that it's Taurus season. But what's happening now, because Taurus is the fixed earth sign, right? It's all about stability. It's all about materiality. It's all about pleasure. It's about it's about really enjoying the finer things in life, sensuality. It goes slow, but Taurus is like that old school materialistic paradigm isn't really working the way that it used to, right? It's kind of like, I like to say where we were in a pre-2020 and we're post-2020 now, because pre-2020 was like, instability, totally imbalanced, totally hierarchical, patriarchal, grind, right? Patriarchal world order, like killing the earth. Like all of us were exhausted, right? Especially the empaths, right? We just could barely keep up in that system. We had this like huge reset in 2020, right? Now we're 2021. We're post 2020, right? We had this huge energetic reset in 2020. So we're kind of coming into these new energies. What's been really interesting is that Uranus, so we hit the age of Aquarius on December 21st. That's what has initiated this it's one of the things that has initiated this post-2020 era, right? We've come into 2021. We've got the age of Aquarius. We're riding the coattails of the age of Aquarius. It so fits in with what we've been going through, right, throughout this entire last year with the decentralization of our world, right? Hierarchies, patriarchies, these huge institutions kind of all burning down, everything getting, seen for what it is, right? And now in this post, so that's Aquarian energy is all about individualization. It's all about the self. It's all about decentralization, right? So we're coming in, but what's been really interesting is that Uranus, the planet that rules Aquarius, right, has been in Taurus since 2017. It goes through a 7-year cycle. Uranus and Taurus, the last time Uranus and Taurus was in Taurus was when the stock market crashed in 1929. And it was funny because I remember when one of my teachers was talking about Uranus going into Taurus in 2017. And I was like, I already foresaw that some crazy shit was going to happen with our economy, and that because it's fixed earth energy. Uranus is the planet, it rules Aquarius. It's electricity. It's a higher transpersonal planet that is like electric, and it's like intuitive electricity. It's like intuition, futurism, revolution, all of those energies, right? It's kind of like the Tower card in the tarot. It's like, bah, like, whoa, okay, I have this psychic insight about things, right? Swift, sudden change, but revolutionary freedom. It's really about freedom, liberation, revolution, non-constriction. So it's been in the sign of Taurus, like since 2017, and we're still going through it, y'all. It's just scrubbing out Taurus. And so it's revolutionizing, shifting our the Tauran energy, right? Which has been our relation to materiality, how we relate to materiality. The way that I've kind of been really seeing it is it's really been this like up leveling, shifting the frequencies of how we relate to the material plane. How this has been working out for me personally is I feel like something has shifted for me, and I'm not sure if you guys feel this way too. And and you're welcome to chat. I love this chat portion to chime in if you have the same feeling about things. But I post 2021, I feel like there has been a new frequency, and what's been happening for me is that I'm really tuning into the energy behind matter more than anything else. And that's why I keep saying this is the era of the empath. This is the era of the empath, because something happened to us. Like that huge grind that was going through 2020, it stopped. Right? Going the pre-2020, the huge grind, right? It stopped in 2020. And it was like all the empaths, all the sensitives, the divine feminine, the energetics behind things actually had a chance to like breathe. It was like every person I knew that was an empath that like has lived their lives kind of on the fringes, like 2020 was this huge energetic like rest for them, right? And what's happened now is that this new world, we're up leveling. Things are starting to up level. The frequencies are starting to up level. So the reason why I'm talking about that, considering the chart of the moment, considering this full moon in Scorpio, is that the sun currently is conjunct Uranus, right? Because like I said, Uranus has been in Taurus, right? Cleansing, up leveling the earthly energies, moving us into a higher frequency that's not as based in the material, that's not as based in this dense materiality. We're coming into a higher level frequency, right? And so currently at the chart of the moment on this full moon, we have the sun conjunct Uranus. So the sun is life force, chi energy, right? It's conjunct the energy of Uranus. It's conjunct the energy of Uranus in Taurus, which is also simultaneously conjunct Venus, which is also simultaneously conjunct Mercury. All those things are conjunct in currently, from where I'm standing, in the 8th house in Taurus. And what that really comes down to, the transpersonal planet, that's a stellium, right? That's called a stellium when we have a concentration of energy in one place in Taurus, right? But what we've got mixed in there is Uranus. So Mercury, Venus, and the sun, they're all closer to, that we feel those really, really intensely on Earth. We can see them with the naked eye, right? That we feel those very closely. They affect our personality. They affect our day-to-day activities. The transpersonal planets, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, Jupiter, some would say Saturn and Jupiter, they're those planets are higher level transpersonal, which means they affect higher levels of our consciousness. They really are, they're shifting dynamics of the energy of the planet, of the universe, right? And so Uranus having this energy conjunct the sun, and in Taurus right now is really breaking up this energy that we've had around materiality in our world, in our life, how we've related to it, right? So what's also happening, because we're on a full moon, right? Full moon is a heightened illumination, right, of a certain moment in time. The moon is opposing the sun during a full moon. The moon is currently in Scorpio, right? So when I was diving into the energy of this full moon, I was like, this is really, and I don't know about you guys if you feel this way, but I really, really feel that, post 2020, it's like that grind culture that was like this worship of death culture where we were just grinding ourselves to death exhaustingly, it's ended. And it's like what's been happening what will be happening in 2021 is there's this Saturn squaring Uranus aspect that's like we're trying to stabilize these new frequencies. Saturn's trying to help stabilize Uranus, but it's been kind of volatile, right? Because there's these new frequencies have come in. Saturn is all about stability and security, but Uranus is not about that. Uranus is like all over the place. It kind of comes in. That's what we've been seeing with like the new frequencies of crypto kind of coming in. We have a whole new economic system that's emerging, right? We're on the verge of a kind of new revolution, right? In consciousness, right? So when I saw this energy on the full moon, the full moon is opposing all of this in Scorpio, is opposing all of this energy in Taurus. I really was getting into the vibe of how we're really coming into this energy of pleasure That has how I am starting to relate to this new era. Because I mean, generally what I find is what is going on with me is generally what's going on with everybody else. And you guys tell me if this is what's been going on for you too. But there's something that has happened in my consciousness where like I'm in a vibe of receptivity where I'm all about receiving. I'm into this like new kind of prosperous consciousness that is one with the divine feminine, that is one with the flow of our planet, the energetic flow of this universe, right? The energetic flow of this universe is one that is prosperous. The energetic flow of this planet, especially planet Earth, is prosperous. It's prosperity. It's like you there's fruit. We can live and eat and live and breathe easily if the flow was untouched, right? And we are one with this flow, right? And after the 2020 kind of destructive cycle that kind of ended, it diminished a lot of that energy that was that grind, scarcity, competition energy. The energies of the divine feminine, the energies of the flow, the energies of abundance and prosperity have kind of been able to kind of reestablish themselves. And what I've been feeling in this new era is really like this deep, transformative energy around receptivity and pleasure, where I'm like really taking in my environment. I'm taking in what feels good. I'm going slowly. I'm not rushing. I'm not grinding. I'm not pushing. I'm not doing 1,000 things at once. When I eat slowly. I enjoy. I feel the textures. I receive. And I think for so many of us empaths on the planet, I don't know if this is true for you, but for so many, hi Lisa, yay! For so many of us empaths on the planet, I feel like pre-2020, I never felt worthy. I was always like pushing and overgiving and trying and never feeling like I was enough. It was this real energy of like that competition scarcity energy, right? And I was just wrapped up in it. Since we've kind of had this energetic reset, I feel like something in me it's connected to boundaries. It's connected to establishing my energetic field. It's connected to allowing things to come to me. It's connected to the very strong no that I've begun to establish in my life. And what has happened is that there's this new level of pleasure that is completely linked to receptivity and self-worth and simultaneously prosperity. They're all completely linked to one another, right? They're all completely linked to one another. So when I start to really vibe in that energy and I start to allow and begin to allow myself to receive, what I've realized, and I'm sure that this is probably true for you too, is if you're empathic, you've had a hard time receiving in your life. Because that has been the case for me in my life. I've had a hard time receiving. I have, for whatever reason, there's been some kind of part inside of me that has been like, it's almost painful. It's like this, right? I don't feel like I deserve it, right? Something. And it's linked to overgiving, and it's linked to the empath narcissist, where in the previous system, we were just serving this grinding system, right? The energies of the feminine, the intuitive, were for just serving these energies of the masculine. They never held their own ground. They never held in their own power, in their own dynamic energy, in their own honor, in their own integrity, right? They never said, I deserve this pleasure. I'm here to receive this pleasure, right? It's this queen energy, right? Queen and king. I don't know if you're male watching this. It's empaths beginning to own your energetic field, beginning to own your power, beginning to own your space, and feeling worthy and powerful of beginning to receive. Yes, Liz. Yes, I love it when you feel what I'm saying. Liz feels what I'm saying because she's so empathic and so psychic. So it always feels good when you're on point. So that's what's been going on for me. This since 2021 has shifted. I'm just like, I'm ready to receive. And the other thing so that's really linked. The reason why I'm bringing this up on this full moon is because it's really linked to what is going on in this new system, right? We've got this Uranus and Taurus energy breaking up, some shifting around all the dynamics of how we relate to materiality and the way that we should honestly, the Tauran divine feminine way of relating to materiality is really through pleasure. Pleasure, aesthetics, slowness, tantric energy, really tantric, right? The Scorpio is deep and intense. So this full moon opposing this energy in Taurus with this huge stellium in Taurus, it's really about shifting our dynamics around pleasure and really beginning to allow ourselves to open up and receive what we're getting, right? Let's see what Lisa says. Thanks for sharing about this, Chase. I've had such a hard time receiving, and it's so good to understand this more by your sharing. Yay! I'm just here because we're all in the same boat, right? It's like all of my friends, all of my clients, the ones that are really fucking sensitive, the ones that are really attuned, the really, really empathic ones, we're almost all always going through the same thing, right? We're almost all always going through the same freaking thing. And it's because we're in tune with the energies, the cosmic energies of the planets, astrology, everything, right? Humanity. But this full moon in Scorpio, man, it is such a powerful, powerful time for us to just really begin to claim this pleasure, claim this power, claim this receptive energy, start to rise and command and sit in our queendom to really deserve what we get, to really allow ourselves to receive what is being given to us with pleasure, right? Without this like, oh, thank you. I mean, the me of like 3-4 years ago, somebody would give me something and I would like train myself to make sure that I, thanked them and wasn't like, oh no, thank you. But inside I was like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. Oh, this is so uncomfortable to receive this. You know what I mean? But nowadays something has happened post 2020 and I'm like, yes, I will take that. I deserve that. Yes. I'm letting my light shine. I'm letting myself feel that I deserve things. I'm letting myself feel that I deserve all kinds of pleasure. And, because this is a full moon in Scorpio, I'm just going to talk about, I've been really getting into Tantra, the energy of Tantra. Oh, let's see what Lisa said. So good to hear someone that at last share about this. I don't feel so alone in it and can understand now what more is happening for me. Yes. 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 The thing that I've been really into lately is I've been really getting into Tantra, and I've always really kind of been into Tantra. Everybody's like tantric sex. Yeah, in America, we're so weird about sex, right? So it's like, oh my God, what is it, right? But really, Tantra is a practice. It's just about it. The central core of it. And this is really how I feel like it's relating to this full moon. The central core of it is like never like try living your life without tension. I mean, honestly, it's hard, right? But I mean, I've really been focusing on it. I mean, sex is the deepest way to begin to try to work with that, where you're just in a state of pleasure and receiving, where you're not like, oh, I'm going to just grind this out and have this huge orgasm and then I'm going to take a nap, right? It's more of like this opening, receiving, allowing, right? Just being not having this huge endpoint where you have to get to this endpoint and have this orgasm. It's more about just allowing yourself to completely be in the flow of pleasure, right? But you can also do that every day, all day, in all times, right? So for instance, the other day I took a hike. And I was like, I'm gonna, because I have a lot of fire energy. So when I do exercise, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this, and especially when I hike up these mountains where I live. And, I just was like, I'm gonna hike up this mountain tantrically. I'm gonna hike up this mountain with as much pleasure and with the least amount of tension that I can, because I really enjoy hiking. But I think a lot of times when I hike, I like push myself so hard that I'm like really tired, And I did that. I hiked up this mountain tantrically. I like went slow and I breathed and I enjoyed the scenery. And anytime I noticed that I started getting kind of worked up or like that I wanted to like hurry up and like prove to myself that I was strong and a badass, I just like breathed and regulated my energy and kind of went through the whole thing really calmly. And what was crazy was but at that hike, at the end of that hike, I had so much energy. Like usually when I hike that mountain, I'm so tired and I need to eat a lot of food because it's a big hike. That day I was just like chill, like, and I'm just starting to notice how this energy of receptivity, because I don't know about you guys, but like, and please tell me if this happens for you, but like as an empath, I get really tired, like certain things, and I don't even know why. All of a sudden, I'll just get so tired by something, right? I mean, it's certain environments or somebody, and it's like, why is this happening? I don't know why this is happening. And it's like, I'm not in that space anymore. We're not in that space anymore where I'm like, why is this happening? I don't know why this is happening. I'm starting to tune in to the deeper energetics behind things. I'm starting to command my energy. I'm starting to, when something is not pleasuring me, like gracefully decline it. This is another piece. This is another really big piece in all of this, is the power of the no, right? So because I'm prioritizing my own energy in this new era, right? In the era of the empath, right? Because we are the guides. The fire in me is the same way. Good reminder to slow down and enjoy every moment. Yeah, Liz. I know I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you when I was saying that because I was like, Liz does the same thing. I know you do because you're a hardcore. You bike and hike and all that shit and swim like 1,000, laps. So good to see you, Liz. I love you. Yeah, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the power of no. Yeah. So now that I've started prioritizing my own pleasure in all ways in my own energy field and allowing that receptivity in, I'm starting to also allow myself to decline the things that don't fit or suit me. And so as an empath, right, we feel what everybody feels all the freaking time, right? And we attend to their energy because we want to give that to them. We want to honor them because we can feel that other people don't. But what I've started noticing is that what has happened to me in my life up until 2021, basically, was that I was attending to energy and tending to other people's energy without fully receiving back the energy that I was giving. And what happened to me over time with that was that there was this small diminishment of my worth, of my ability to receive, of my feeling that I actually did deserve. What that diminished over time when you give, when you're an empath, when you're super psychic and super sensitive, you give a lot of your energy. And these are the things in our post 2020 world, our pre 2020 world, that nobody ever saw or paid attention to or cared about, right? So we were kind of like these slaves to people because nobody ever talked about energy, right? Now, the new frequencies, the new energy is starting to become more of a thing. It's starting to become more of something that's real, right? And now we can start really saying, okay, I feel that this is off and I'm going to start attending to my energy. And this is really what I feel the post 2020 world of the era of the empath is really about. It's about us prioritizing our energy field and beginning to decline the things, the parts of us that are imbalanced. So that's mean I've had to go on a very, very, very small, minute energetic level because a lot of these things are not seen. They're not rationally understood. You can say that, yes, this is what I'm getting from this person and this is what I'm giving to this person. And it seems balanced, but there's something inside of your own soul that you feel that is off, right? But you can't rationalize it and you can't fully understand it, right? And that's what I have been correcting in this new era, is that I've been trusting that feeling like I'm giving, and I'm exhausted by it because I'm simply paying attention to when things feel off. I'm paying attention to my energy. I'm paying attention to when I feel myself overgiving, and I'm simply declining. I'm simply allowing the no to exist. And what that's creating is a very strong energetic field. It's creating it's heightening the energies of the new era, the new frequencies, right? Because us empaths are really attuned to these new frequencies. So we're the ones that are actually pioneering this energy. We are the way showers of this energy because life exists through us, not to us, right? Life exists through us. We shape the reality by how we operate in the world, right? So the empaths, because we're the most sensitive and nobody knows what anything is happening right now. We have the opportunity and the power, and it's our sacred birthright to begin to to really harness and cultivate and prioritize our energy field, prioritize our own pleasure. And that's what I feel this full moon in Scorpio is really, really, really about. It's really about prioritizing our deep pleasure, prioritizing ourselves and allowing these new frequencies. That's how we're shifting the frequencies of the new era. No more of this grind culture, grind it out, grind out the sex, watch the porn, grind out the work 12 hours, grind it out, right? We're grinding it out through pain, constant pain. No, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to allow ourselves to open up to the moment. We're going to calmly receive it. We're going to hold the energy intact. It's the basis of it is self-respect. Self-respect. And that is what I feel this full moon is really, really, really about. Deep pleasure, self-respect, owning our energetic field, owning our energetic boundaries, and beginning to be the way showers of this new era. I'm curious to know if you guys feel like, that's the messaging that I've been getting, is that this is the era of the empath. That's what just came to me. That's what I've been feeling. Do you guys feel that you have more, I don't know, power? Now, can you feel the energies have shifted and that you're trusting your instincts, you're trusting your intuition, you're feeling more in your sacred, you're feeling like that everything I just said that I'm feeling. Do you relate to that? I guess would be my question. Do you relate to that? Curious if any of you are. The other thing that is going on in this full moon is that we have a grand trine in water, which is a grand trine is it's a harmonious, deeply harmonious aspect, and it's in between Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and it's a giant grand trine, right? What that is giving us is deep, powerful, intuitive feeling awareness. Let's see what Lisa said. Yes. I totally relate to what you're saying. Good. We got to get our empath queens. We all got to rise up like the warriors that we are. What was I saying here? Oh yeah, we have a grand trine in water. So we have a grand trine in water that is going on this full moon at this moment. I'm looking at the chart of the moment right now. That the grand trine of water is the divine feminine. It's the intuition. It's the mystery. It's the energy. Everything I'm talking about here, the energy behind all of matter. This is becoming paramount. This is becoming the most important. This is what we're starting to base all of our lives around. The energy. So it's beginning to pay attention, to attune, to reside, to attend to the energy behind the matter. It's becoming more important. It's becoming more valued. It's becoming more seen because we ourselves are valuing it, right? We ourselves are claiming it, right? I think that's like probably the biggest messaging I have for this full moon. We also have a T-square. T-square is a tension square between the moon, Saturn, and Uranus. Yep. So I was talking about that Saturn squared Uranus aspect that's going on all of 2021, right? That's like Saturn is stability, boundaries, materiality, karma, time. And Uranus is awakening, intuition, psychic ability, revolution, right? Those two don't really go together, right? Like Saturn is trying to hold this energy and Uranus is like, bah, 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 right? It's like advancing everything. It's the innovative energy that we're in right now. This really exciting new 2021 crypto energy, right? New frequencies, new currencies, right? And so these two things. Oh, okay, Jane, I'm going to get to your comment in a second. So these two things are, they are squaring each other. And so what this is looking like on the moon, this is a T-square, it's a tension square. So what this means is that these energies are trying to stabilize. The release point for this tension, and it's in the head of it is at Saturn in Aquarius, right? So the release point is in Leo. So we have a grand trine in water, right? We have a grand trine in water that's happening at this moment, which is like deep, powerful, intuitive awareness, right? And emotional, that's the power of us empaths, because we are attuned to the energy, so we can shape it and we can work with it. The more we begin to open up to it, we don't fear it. The more we begin to have dominion over it, and the more we begin to sit in our queendom, as Jane is saying, the more we can begin to work with this energy and begin to be the way showers of this new era. So we have that. We have a grand trine in water, and then we have this T-square going on with the Saturn-Uranus energy, right? That's the release point is in Leo. The release point in Leo, what does that mean? Express yourself. Creative. Create. That's the way I'm feeling. It's creative. That's a way. So the release point, whatever I'm saying about this, is the release point of this tension, of this like new revolutionary, innovative psychic energy. And then this old system that's trying to like rear its head and trying to like hold on, right? I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but this old system is trying to hold on, right? It's trying to put us back in our place. It's trying to keep us in this old energy, right? We're trying to hold on, right? The release point for that is in Leo. Creative expression, play, freedom, fun. Hi, Carly, I love you too. And whenever I really need to just chill and like go back to my like joy, it's always Leo energy. Leo is like the little kid. Like, let yourself be silly. Let yourself have fun. Let yourself goof off. Let yourself laugh at your pudgy belly. Let yourself play around, create. Part of creating is about playing. It's releasing ourselves from these like binding energy of control and having to really be perfect, right? Play is like the antithesis to that. It's like open, dynamic, spontaneous, impromptu. That's that Leo energy. That's the way out of this intense dynamic energy that's like, it's like, just play. Play like a kitty cat. Play like the lion. You have dominion. You have dominion like the lion, but the lion likes to play. The lion likes to fetch. The lion likes to move around. Let's see. Just got done earlier. Hi, Carly. What did Jane say? Yes, to relate to receiving. Having tons of trouble getting help with my nonprofit, but have hit on how to work around and change that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jane has a nonprofit that's for artists. She's super psychic woman here, Jane. I think you're a Pisces, right, Jane? Or Gemini. Both of those things. But yes, the receiving, my queens. The receiving. What time is it? It's now. I just got this watch. I just got this at an estate sale, and it's so fucking funny. It's now. Just had to tell you guys that. Yes. So receiving. Yeah. How does that relate to the Leo? The kitty cat loves to get a pet. It loves pleasure. It takes as much sleep as it likes, right? In this new era with this Tauran, Scorpionic, like energy of pleasure, deep pleasure, it's like accessing those points within the self that really have trouble receiving, like really getting into that and challenging yourself, having dominion over that and pushing through, beginning to establish your energy, beginning to establish your energy field, and knowing deep in your guts, in your heart, that you deserve what you are receiving. You deserve it by right of cosmic order. It is your cosmic birthright. Whatever you are getting, you deserve it. The universe wants you to have it. The universe wants us empaths to expand our energy. It wants us empaths to proliferate, to ground, to get strong and in our power. That's what it wants. That is what God, the universe, the cosmic order, the 1111 Council, that's what they want. That is what is going to help this new era. That's the only thing is for us to ground in our worth, which means that we receive what is given to us, and we establish our energy field in a way that has never been established before by simply refusing, by allowing the no's to happen, to prioritize our energy field and to prioritize pleasure. Ooh, does anybody have any questions since I'm on the live here? Does anybody have any questions about anything? Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to share with you guys. Such an exciting time. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but God, I feel like this is just an exciting time. You know, Nico says hi. There's a whole new world on the horizon. There's just a whole new world. And, I've just been watching The Matrix. So exciting. Yes. So exciting. I watched The Matrix 2 nights in a row. I'm just feeling this new, hey, Nico. I'm just feeling this new energy. I'm feeling this new frequency. I'm feeling this new world. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, you guys. And the more we talk about it, engage in it, sit in it, meditate in it, realize that all prosperity is grounded in energy, and it's grounded in us establishing our energy fields, having the strong no, and allowing ourselves to receive the flow, receive what is being given to us, accept our cosmic birthright. Right? That is what the highest order of all beings of this universe want for us, especially for the empaths, because we are the ones that are going to be leading the new currencies, leading the new energies. The way things were before pre-2020 were not working. And it needs to be reestablished. There needs to be a new order established around sensitivity, which means sensitivity to energy, right? It's an ascending of consciousness. And we empaths are the leaders. We are the leaders of this. We're the leaders of this new generation, of this new life, of this new world order. So queens, lead. All right. Okay. I think that's all I got to say today. If there's no questions, yes, big time. Yes, Carly. Yes. If there's no questions about anything, this was so much fun. I loved having you guys on here. This is so great. Yes, big time. Yay. Love you, Liz. This was so much fun. I'm going to have this again. And yeah, so wonderful. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, ladies, for showing up. And I honor you. I bow to you deeply. Self-respect, queendom. But thank you, Carly. You look beautiful. You look beautiful too. You guys are all fucking queens of the highest divine order. And tonight, I want you to look at yourselves in the mirror and know that. Stand up a little bit straighter. Hold your heads high. You are the queen of this new world order. Go out there and lead. All right? I love you. I love you. All right, everybody. I love you, Carly. I love you all. All right, I'll see you later. Okay, bye.